It's cold outside. Okay, well, it's not cold, but it is decidedly autumnal out there. Thank goodness. The time has come for part 3 of my Becoming Felicity series. It's September, and one way or another, children, for the most part, are back in some kind of school, so what better time than this to jump into Felicity Learns a Lesson?
In this book, Felicity is wearing a floral cotton jacket that laces up the front, a white cap, which I'm not going to be making because I already have, and a red petticoat.
The doll version of this was one of my absolute favorite Felicity outfits, so naturally I've been really looking forward to recreating this one. But of course, there are some problems when taking this in a historically appropriate direction because, as I've said before, Felicity's outfits don't really do that.
Jackets were absolutely something you'd expect to see in the 1770s. Even if they don't pop up very often in art, there are a few that still exist today. Felicity's jacket is definitely reminiscent of one in the Colonial Williamsburg collection, which I'll link down below.
The issue is this. As of right now, there's no solid evidence that children in late 18th century Virginia would have worn jackets. This doesn't mean that they couldn't have existed or that nobody in the world could have worn jackets. In fact, if Felicity were a French or a Dutch girl, this would be a lot simpler. Thanks to Barbara Johnson's journal of her various fashions throughout her life, which is in the collection of the V&A, and I will link it down below because it's awesome.
But in this book, we see that Barbara wore a printed cotton jacket in 1747. She was only 9 years old at the time.
Now, Barbara's in England, Felicity's in Virginia. 1748 is a little bit different from 1774, but it does make me want to research this more, and I have been coming up empty, but I'm going to keep trying. So what's the point in making something historically accurate when it may or may not have actually existed? There isn't one. For this, we are utilizing ye olde eBay. As I've mentioned in probably every video before this, Pleasant Company, the previous incarnation of American Girl, used to make a line called Dress Like Your Doll. They kind of do still, but it's a lot different. Felicity's Colonial school outfit was one of them. Thanks to the internet, I now have one in my possession. It's a bit worse for wear, but it should do pretty well. I love the idea of giving new life to something that I'm pretty sure has been sitting in someone's closet for about 20 years.
Both the jacket and the petticoat are extremely modern in shape, material, and construction. The jacket looks to be a printed cotton sateen, which is actually quite nice, but the print is definitely more 1990s than 1770s. The jacket has this weird modesty panel / stomacher thing here. I haven't decided what I'm doing with that, but the princess seams have absolutely got to go. So do the metal eyelets. That's a no. I do appreciate them putting in a faux sleeve ruffle and faux tucker. It's way too gathered for the time period, but I'm going to try to salvage this and use it for an actual tucker. R.I.P. Pleasant Company. I ended up getting a size that's quite a bit bigger than my actual child, so hopefully that means I have plenty of fabric to work with here. The fabric for the petticoat is an upholstery weight polyester, so that's fun. I'm also pretty sure they didn't use a whole lot of zippers and plastic buttons in the 18th century, so this will be converted into a waistband with ties. There's a really deep hem here, so I'm excited about having a little extra fabric to work with. I do have fabrics chosen just in case I change my mind later and want to make this more accurately. I have 2 Colonial Williamsburg reproduction prints that are reminiscent of the original but very 1990s fabric. I also have a really awesome red wool from Burnley and Trowbridge. I'm considering doing a sort of backwards wearable mock-up, so we'll see. So, time to deconstruct.
It's all deconstructed. That took forever. It was really well made, and I almost feel guilty about taking it apart, but not really. So now I have ahead of me a lot of ironing and a lot of thread removal so it was really well made, but the good news is I'm pretty sure it was stitched with entirely cotton thread, so I was able to just kind of start snipping and pull. I only made one mistake and ripped some of the fabric, but luckily it's in an area that I probably wasn't going to be able to use anyway, thanks to stains and the metal grommets, so should be fine. There's actually quite a bit of fabric here. I have definitely enough to make a jacket, definitely enough to make a petticoat. I was a little worried about how narrow the petticoat seemed, but it's actually going to be pretty nice, I think, so yeah. And I'll have to find something to do with the zipper. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and come hang out with me next time when I actually construct the jacket and petticoat. Thanks for watching. Bye.